Guys, I found an odd file on the dashboard of Riverside. There seems to be a ginger
Lots
on it.
of news tonight, so strap yourselves in because the boys are going to be talking a lot of Pokemon.
So we're going to delete that. You can hear it was terrible, so we can do our own thing.
We're in agreement. There's no casual tonight. We've deleted
There's no agreement
his track.
about it. He's not here.
Well, he left us that track, didn't he? I mean, what sort of gall do you have to sneak into the studio, pre-record a track just to get your voice on the show?
When you're not there.
I know, he's keen, isn't he? But
Keen's one word for it.
He'd have been intelligent if he sent in a voice note through WhatsApp.
That would have been more sensible, wouldn't it?
Because we wouldn't know what it was.
Exactly.
Well, then it would have been in the middle of the show.
Yeah, and yeah.
And
he just wants to reassure everybody of his little voice that the casual is here. But he's
I
not.
still exist.
I'm still relevant.
He was never relevant, Ian. He was never relevant.
Well. Anyway, no coops, let's get on with the show.
As your four incensed hosts leave adventures abound behind them, there's actually only three of us coming to the Timeless Travels. Yeah, we're Coopless again. I thought we were going to drag him into the new season. But anyway, welcome to Incensed Podcast. I'm joined with the reliable Pokemon UK and Vassafal in Waterfall. Boys, we've got a new season, but haven't we? How are we doing?
We have a new season. I will say, I don't think Coop's actually made it into Adventures Abound at all, anyway.
I don't. And Timeless Travels, I mean, let's face it, his whole life is a timeless travel.
Alola to Alola, he got abandoned there.
It was his last full season, wasn't it? It was Alola to Alola, wasn't it, in all fairness?
That's probably why he stopped playing. But yeah, Timeless Travels, new season.
Timeless Travels. Let's hope there are some travels this season. Oh, did I just do a spoiler?
Have you got a plane effect?
We travelled with Abound, didn't we? We travelled with Adventures Abound.
We travelled to Spain, yes.
It's going to be a fun season, isn't it?
Just imagine, by the time this episode goes live, we are going to know where 2024's Sinnoh Tour Live will be. And if it's where we're expecting, I'm going to be there. Whitfield's going to be there.
I really, really
Barrow,
hope I'm going to be there.
Can we convince you to jump on a plane, Mr. T? I ain't getting on a plane.
I ain't getting no plane for one, you shiny, you idiots. Watch this space. I'm not ruling anything out, or I'm not confirming anything, because who knows? I don't want to spend all my holiday money in February. It's going to be a very depressing 24. I'm desperate for shiny skunky, so I might travel anywhere to get that one. That's the best thing out of it. And Coops, will you be joining us?
Good timing.
If his boyfriend's there, probably as well.
Do you want me to get my wallet now?
I would.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that'd be helpful, actually. Can you pay for all of us, please, Cricket? That'd be very nice. Thank you very much.
Might I say that, thank you, Niantic. You dropped the news 5-6 hours before we recorded tonight.
Yes, thanks for not dropping it on Spotlight.
Thanks for dropping it at a reasonable time here in the UK.
Keep being good.
Keep doing you, Niantic.
So, everybody, you know what to do.
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
And we will certainly be sending you all the shiny and hundo look vibes your way.
Nice.
Definitely. And for those who have some shiny look whilst listening to the podcast, please share your successes on X. Hashtag shinies of the week.
Clarify the spelling, please.
Sure will, Chris and Kyle. That's SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. Actually, you can do it on other social media platforms as well, not just X.
Threads, Instagram, WhatsApp,
Instagram,
Campfire.
Campfire, MySpace.
What's the other one? MySpace.
MSN.
Yeah, Wizards Unite message
Just
boards.
tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
I want to know, there's two parts to this question, unless it hasn't changed. I'd like to know, what was your favourite breakfast cereal growing up? And how about today? Is it still the same or has it changed?
Milo's still growing up.
Yeah, so mine hasn't changed by that standards.
So who wants to go first?
Go on.
I'll jump in first,
fetus,
since I'm the fetus of the trio all the time. Growing up, I don't know about you guys, I was a fan of Sugar Puffs.
Of course you were.
Yeah. I've got a sweet tooth, so I was like, hell yes, hand those over.
You just like the Honey Monster, didn't you?
That's a different cereal.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing. As time progresses, I don't know about you guys, but cereals drifted away really from me. I have other stuff for breakfast that's not
The Honey Monster
sugar
is Sugar Puffs. I
infested.
just googled it.
Oh, it is it? Okay. Well, yeah,
Honey-
it's lost
they
to
changed the name to Honey
timeless
Monster
travels.
Puffs.
Honey Monster Puffs. We've had to clarify what the thing is.
Clarify the cereal.
Oh no,
Clarify
it
the
was
mascot.
labelled as Honey
The
Monster
mascot.
Sugar Puffs for a time. I think they are Sugar Puffs.
The more you know.
Anyway,
The more you know.
the more you know.
Nowadays, I don't tend to have cereal for breakfast. If I do, I'm going to have some reasonably healthy thing. I don't know, like, is it Jordan's? Not the shoe.
Honey Nut Loops.
Something
Lucky
along
Charms?
those lines. I don't know.
Basically something with fibre in. Is that what you're trying
Something
to
with
say?
fiber, protein in it that's actually not ruinously expensive, all packed with sugar. It was Sugar Puffs for me as a even smaller fetus than I am now.
Very nice, Milo. Very nice.
Maybe Milo.
What about Vassar? Was
Maybe Milo.
Vassar cornflakes and now cornflakes?
Well, actually, cornflakes were one of my go-tos as a kid. I used to love cornflakes. Fetuses like yourself will not understand this, but when I was a kid, when Mark was a kid, when a lot of people was a kid, you used to get toys actually in the cereals.
Yes.
Oh, I think.
And then they stopped doing it because
still,
you could end
I
up.
think
like,
they still
swallowing
did
it and
do
eating
that
it.
when I was a
Yes,
kid. Before
Ian,
health and
yes.
safety went mad.
And the best thing about it was literally just diving your hand in to try and find the toy when you got a fresh box. It was great. Cornflakes was a serious go-to. I still love cornflakes as a kid. Still do now, to be fair. My other sort of go-to as a kid was Weetabix.
Ooh, the Weetabix men.
Like a Weetabix, yeah. As a grown-up, don't really do cereals anymore. If I had to have a cereal now, it would be cornflakes, but I'm not a cereal person. Love a slice of toast, but if we're opening it up to breakfast, Milo knows where I'm going. He's done
What's
enough
your favourite
with me.
breakfast?
Pancakes with a side of bacon. Is my go-to
Bee juice.
breakfast
Yeah,
now.
some maple syrup.
You're the healthy one. I just enjoyed my food, and pancakes and bacon is where it's at. It's not cereal, but it's damn fine breakfast.
You're getting in the Sinnoh Tour mindset right now,
It's the
aren't you?
king
Of
of
where we're going.
breakfast, yes.
That's your thinking. I don't mind a bit of French toast. If we're diving into other breakfasts.
Yeah, and a pan au chocolat for you as well. Or as
Oh,
the Americans
any
call
pastry.
it. Do you know what the Americans call a pan au chocolat, Mark?
Panda chocolate bear.
No,
I wish they were that creative.
They're quite vague. It's a chocolate croissant.
Oh. Chocolat croissant.
Anyway, Barrow.
I wonder if they'd have a nightmare when they came to somewhere else in Europe and found there's a pan of chocolate and a croissant.
The Americans would
that's
probably call
filled
it.
with chocolate.
The Americans would probably call it a pane of chocolate.
The
I'll
only
have one
pain
of
I
those
want.
panes of chocolate.
Pain.
Panes of chocolate. Oh dear.
Sorry, sir. I know that a lot of you know what pan au chocolat is, but the American.
It's in Starbucks. It's the American Starbucks. Whenever we go to them, it's always like
chocolate
croissant.
Well, Ian, I'm pleased you alluded to the bit. When I was a kid, it was the highlight of the cereal routine in the morning. I remember my dad would say, "No, stop! You're not going to grab it out of the box. If it comes out when it's your pour of the cereal, then it's yours." And that was always hilarious. Those times when I tried to convince him that it had come out of it when I was pouring it, and with my hand covered in cereal at the same time. It's like I haven't been rummaging around in the box for the said present. I also remember fondly of the time where I did have a box of cornflakes in, and I didn't just get the one gift in the box, but it felt like there was more gifts in the box than cereal. It was ridiculous, and it was like those freaks of nature. And as Milo says, I don't think you get that anymore now. All choke hazards, aren't they?
Health safety's gone mad these days.
I don't think they even do them properly in the Kinder eggs.
You still get the little like yolk with the toy inside it.
Yeah, but it's not like a construction thing anymore.
No,
it's
not
just a
anymore.
solid
One piece.
thing.
Yeah.
It's one piece. I don't understand the world.
It's a one-piece jigsaw that you get in your Kinder Surprise.
On a sidebar, Kinder chocolate. Oh, come on. Seriously, it's like the nicest chocolate.
Kinder chocolate on the pancakes with bacon.
Milo, we've got a podcast. We've got an hour's worth of recording. Do not set me off.
I tell you what, though, it does remind me of a story when I was travelling at a backpacker's place, and they did like a pub quiz in the evening. And the final round, it was done to a time limit. It was the first team to finish. One of them, the bits of it was they had to crack open a Kinder egg and complete the puzzle or whatever it was.
And it was a one-piece puzzle.
And the joke was that one team had a jigsaw popped out of it, and one person had a one-piece animal thing.
That's the look of the draw. RNG.
RNG is a cruel, cruel mistress. After all that, my favourite cereal when I was growing up was Ready Brack. I loved Ready Brack.
Oh, I remember Porridge, yeah.
Ready Eddie was the mascot for Ready Brack.
Was that the guy with the orange glow?
That was it, Ian. That was it. And they were the stickers that were in the bottom of the Ready Brack box that I managed to get out on my first pour. They were good. And it was just porridge, basically, but it was very nice. My tastes have gone a little bit blander now, but I do still have cereal, unlike you guys. I'm a bran flake guy nowadays.
Not me. I'm not.
So, not a snowflake, a bran flake. And
Snowflake cereal.
Snowflake cereal. So yeah, Ready Brett was my one when I was younger. But yeah, nice one, guys. So all that talk about cereal has made me want to go and talk about farm animals. I was hungry. It was Mareep Community Day Classic, guys. How they're back? How did you play it? Did you play it? What were your flexes from it? And you're glad it's done now.
Mareep itself.
I went out, played Mareep Community Day.
That's it.
As I think we're all in the same position. Didn't need any Mareeps. Already had plenty of Mareeps from the original Community Day and multiple events in the interim. So I played it for 1 hour.
Wow.
And the first 15 minutes were very quiet. And then the Mareeps started shining. And in the space of an hour, I got 10 shiny Mareeps, which was more than I wanted. But you know what? Playing it, I will say this. I wasn't looking forward to it because in my head it was like, oh, really, Mareep Community Day Classic. And we talked about this, like, was it last week or the week before? That it's been like 4 years. And the hour that I did play, I actually really did enjoy. I was having fun, but there was no way you was going to get me to do more than 1 hour on it.
No more than 60 minutes, that's about it.
I set a timer and everything.
The good thing is, Milo, with a Community Day Classic, you don't get the raids after.
Yes, yeah, exactly. No chance of those epic. Can you imagine epic Flaffy raids? The irony.
Epic Flaffy raids.
Unbelievable. I'm sort of with Ian and not, so I played the full 3 hours because that's what I do. It was good fun because now we're into the lull of, we had Charmander Conde Classic, which was all, that just felt like such a long repeat, but again, it'd been ages since the second Community Day for that one. Mareep was the fourth ever Com Day. I saw plenty of people who came down for the Com Day to Ealing who were getting it for the first time, who were having a ball. Very glad to hear that people were having successes, etc. But I played a good old game of higher or lower and just transferring shinies because we saw how many shiny Mareep we each had. It's like, I've got way too many. I have way too many. So if I could throw more away, it'd be great. And for the sake of entertainment, sure, why not? The crew who were with me on the day did a very good job of making sure I transferred pretty much all of them.
They're gits like that, aren't they?
It's entertainment in a way, but it's that thing of what flexes do you have from the day? None. There's nothing to flex other than the fact you had quite a good time with some Pokemon Go friends and had a bit of a laugh. Really, that's kind of what a Community Day can be at heart. Really, it's just a bit of fun time with some mates.
That's Pokemon Go in a nutshell, isn't it?
Or a sheep
in a sheep shell.
Dingleberry.
A sheep shell. Oh, a sheep shell.
What about you, Marky?
I said last week I wouldn't be partaking in it. Fortunately, I was able to complete the research, which was very kindly gifted to me. As we said before, I didn't need any shinies from it. However, completed it on a walk down to town and on the canal. I managed to do everything I needed to do in that time. So I played for about 20 minutes, 5 shinies.
In 20 minutes, 5 shinies?
Yeah, 5 shinies in 20 minutes, which is more than enough.
Every 4 minutes, is it?
That's good.
I'm sure if I'd played the full 3 hours, I probably finished on 16. That's just the way RNG works with me. I did get a couple of flexes from it. From the gifted ticket, I did actually get a hundo, which was nice. And I did get a shiny, tiny one from the research as well.
A tiny shiny? Fantastic.
Shiny. And I also got a 0% Sprigatito.
That's definitely the best catch of the day.
Francesco will get excited for that.
He sure will. But no, I like the Community Day Classics. Like I said, I had things in the diary well before. Please, more Saturdays. And I do agree, when you got a lull in an event or a period of time, I think the excuse is not really needed. You don't need a big excuse to get people together and play the game. I think these events allow you to do that. So, and it was actually quite nice just walking around the town. I was in the bit, like I said, I played along the canal. It's nice to see it was evident that people were playing. A lot of the Pokestops were lured up.
There were so many stops lured up locally. It's crazy.
I can't really say the same here, actually. People saved their lures.
The whole park was lured up where I was. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
They're obviously more into it, Milo, than your gang were at the park. So, For one event that I think we all played a little bit, played it very differently.
Can I just do something?
Oh, go on.
I'm going to close the door on that sound effect. We don't need it anymore.
Oh, retired.
Retired. Until Community Day Classic comes around, we don't really
Well,
need
actually, what about in a couple of weekends' time? We're going to need it then.
Not are we? Because the Christmas show is going to be pre-recorded, as is the New Year's show, so we're not going to
pre-recorded. But we put it in there, I think.
Pre-recorded in? Nothing's pre-recorded in. What are you on about?
We'll put the sound effects in there when we record it on Christmas week. Shh. Temporarily retired.
Sheep. Oh, like that. That's that event done. We also had the Party Up event. Guys, talk to me about how you played it. What were your thoughts on it, please? And be honest, because I'm going to be very honest about this one.
Played it minorly, I would say. Very minorly. Just, it wasn't a great attraction. And to be honest, the core element of that event is it's a recap, as we said when the announcement came through. It's for people who've missed stuff along the way of the season, which is entirely fine. I was very pleased, though, to pick up a shiny, translucent testicle, which is great.
I got one of those, too.
Snap balls, mate.
I got one as well.
Wow. Trio testicles. It's great.
Is that a title?
Trio
translucent testicles.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Trio translucent testicles. That's a tongue twister.
Try and say that after you've had a few drinks.
That is a tongue twister right there.
Ball twister.
It was that sort of thing. Like, I was happy to pick that up because that was part of the Psychic Spectacular event, which was back in September. I didn't really play that event, so that was cool. Just kind of very casually caught stuff for candy and some trades. Made use of those 5 special trades per day and got bugger all from them.
I didn't do one. I have no one to trade with, so I didn't use any of the special trades.
I gave the Italian tripod a damn Hundo Nihiligo.
That's nice of you, Milo.
I hope thank you in a very special way.
Yeah, he laughed. The bonuses were cool, and it was quite a relaxed event, which may be why the season felt a bit like, for us who've talked about the event and covered it, etc. It's tailed off. It feels like it's tailed off a bit, but I know there were plenty of people who picked up Shiny Morlul that they needed, or Gothita, etc., or got Hundos or Candy for Pokemon that were featured from Gen 9, which it's not a bad event. It just was a bit meh on my side of things. What about you, Vasa?
It wasn't a bad event at all, surprisingly. I'm going to say it wasn't a bad event at all. I have a confession to make. I made the rookie error of actually going out to play this event for a few hours on Sunday and didn't take my camera.
Oh, you blithering idiot.
I know. So this is what I got in literally 2.5 hours of playing the event. I got the translucent testicle. I got the shiny Gothita.
Don't tell me you got a full house.
And also, no, I ran my daily adventure Incensed and got the shiny Houndoom as well.
Oh, nice.
So I should have taken my camera. I've only got myself to blame. But one other Party Up event hatch, which I was actually excited with, is during the Community Day Classic, I actually hatched finally my first ever own shiny Ponyta.
I saw after you traded for it. It's always the way.
Well, I traded for it at Go Fest, and let's face it, that was like 3 months ago.
It was a long time ago, but I did see. Congrats on that 7K hatch.
So
the My Little Ponyta.
The last couple of events haven't been great, but I really, and again, RNG is a fickle mistress. I can't complain about the event because in the space of just playing it Saturday, Sunday, I had a good haul. But Mark's potentially going to go the other way.
Yeah, I like the fact that we've rightly focused on the catches we've got from it. Because actually, I've got 2 opinions on this event. The first opinion was it was a nice little wrap-up event. Whilst playing the event, I did get myself a shiny Solosis, which was fantastic. The first one I've got, a testicular translucent testicle. That was my only shiny. I've got no gripes with that. However, the event did also make me feel relatively quite lonely. The Party Up aspect of it, when we spoke about this last week on last week's episode, we thought, where was the link to Party Play? There was a link to Party Play because they dropped a nice research line.
I don't think you missed much on that research line, apart from a few goodies.
It's not about what we missed, but it was more about how it made me feel. I'm not naive to think that the game is designed for everybody to complete everything. However, when you've got a part around a feature which not everybody can enjoy, it can kind of make you feel like you just can't do it, and it does make you feel a little bit rubbish. And whilst the Party Up research line wasn't particularly great. I wasn't able to do it. And I actually was a little bit meh about it. And I did put on my X account, I said, is anyone else feeling a tad lonely this event? And I had over 1,000 people like the post, and I was quite surprised by the volume of people that felt that they agreed with it. And I had over 200 comments on it. But I was gobsmacked with the amount of people that all agreed on that. You know, some people were going down the dark, mysterious pathways of, we don't talk about that on the podcast, but ways of getting around it. And I was like, it's not about that. I think it did hit a negative chord with quite a lot of people. I think the way this game goes is some people are going to get to do some of it and some people will not be able to do some of it. And I think
that's life, isn't it? Let's face it.
That's life, let's face it. Absolutely. And did you complete it, Ian, the party? But no, did you do any of it at all?
Not really, no.
Milo, did you do it the first hour?
I did it on day one.
Yeah, but Milo's like better half plays Pokemon Go, so it's kind of...
Oh, Francesco plays, doesn't he? Yeah.
I do get what you mean with that, and we talked about it when the event was announced. There wasn't really much focus on party play, and then it's like, oh, there's timed research. Reality is that timed research didn't really give you terribly much that was worthwhile, so you didn't really miss out on much, I would say, from experience. But it is one of those things of, it's a big, well, one of their blockbuster features from the summer, apparently, and a lot of people can't participate in it at all. It's still that thing of, I think somebody asked on social media about what are you doing with party play, or what, now the feature's been out for a while, what do you think of it?
Was that another podcast?
Might have been.
Yeah.
Actually. Thank you, GoCast. By the way. But I'm doing the party play function to help people complete their party timed special research. And other than that, there's no purpose to it at all. So
stage 1 of 4, man. Stage 1 of 4. Actually, no.
You're on stage 1 of 4.
Stage 2 of 4 of the.
So you've got 60 or more party challenges left to do.
I'm in no rush. I saw how much special research Nick's got left, so I'm not worried.
You're not in the same league, I would say, to be honest.
Not quite.
He's got a lot to go, and he's going to do one every day, isn't he? In December until Christmas. Yeah. Still on page 1 on that.
But actually, speaking of better things to do, new season, boys. Should we talk about it?
I think so.
Let's dive into Timeless Travels.
It's the news.
So the new season, Timeless Travels, is upon us. Boys, we've got a bit to talk about here, because not only are we talking about the new season, but we've also got December to talk about. So let's do things a little bit topsy-turvy. Let's talk about the seasonal rotations first, because new season, new rotations, research breakthroughs are changing.
We're having worse stuff.
Lapras, Galarian Weezing, Galarian Mr. Mime, Furfrou, Goomy, and of course there needs to be one that's not shiny, Jangmo-O.
There wasn't last season. Boo-hoo.
Well, there is this season, so you're going to have to get used to it.
Wait for GoFest 24. Of course, a new season brings in a whole new sort of selection of Pokemon in the wild spawns. So, in the cities, you'll be able to find Vulpix, Ampharos, not just we had the Mareep Community Day Classic, Sneasel, Hoenn Zigzagoon, Trubbish, Clink, Ian.
I still need it. I've been reading that bad boy, and I still
Clink is in
need
the
it.
wild, finally. And, of course, Nimble, and a few more.
So then we go to the forests. Start with the non-shiny eligible Pokemon. We've got Parasect and Smoliv and Passimian. Passimian, haven't seen that for a while, have we?
I need XLs.
But then shiny eligible Pokemon, we've got Alolan Executor, Cyver, Combee, that's all right, and Dwebble, and more.
And if you're on a hike, or you just happen to live in the mountains, the Pokemon that Milo and I travelled across Europe for, Alolan Geodude, Rhyhorn, Larvitar, Pokédex's favourite little purple mon, Sableye, Bronzor, Roggenrola, and Drillbur. Yes, you got it.
Ooh,
all
Drillbur.
of those can be shiny. And of course, more.
If you're on the beaches of, say, somewhere on the west coast of America, you might be able to find a Alolan Dugtrio. Oh, dear,
Joy.
Dear God. It's going so well.
You almost went non-family friendly then, Whitfield.
I did, yes. Like, Jesus.
He did.
However, there's actually a few other good ones. So, Shelder, Paldean Wooper is back in the wild, Lotad, Corphish, Clampo, and good old Goomy, plus a few more.
Cool. Well, that's not a bad selection. Well, it's only fair that the northern one here does the northern hemisphere. And we've got a nice selection here. Most of them on the featured Pokemon are shiny, with the exception of Deerling, which will be in its winter form. But the ones that are shiny would be Beldum, Pidove, Foongus, Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. There's a pattern there. And there's more.
And listeners, yes, he is more northern than myself. But if you're in the southern hemisphere, Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip as your starters. The little mushroomish shroomish, Starly, Giblet, and the summer form of Deerling.
Giblet.
Good old Giblet.
Good old Gibbles.
And now diving into our favourite section of the whole Pokemon Go game concept. Eggs for the season. The 2 kilometre eggs is going to be a festival of baby Pokemon for you all. So Pichu, Tyrogue, Smoocher, Togepi, and Smoliv, plus a few more will be found in those 2 kilometre eggs.
They will be. They will be. And in 5 kilometre eggs, we've got a smattering of babies and, anyway. 5 kilometre eggs, we've got Elekid and Magby that could both be shiny. And then, well, they've been everywhere at the moment in the game. Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley, and Pawmi also hatching from those 5k eggs and more.
Those wonderful 7Ks are going to bring us the same Alolans that we've pretty much had for a while, but they will be putting the Palday and Wooper in there as well, so you can expect Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Geodude, Alolan Grimer, and yes, the Palday and Wooper. I won't be hatching 7k eggs this season.
Nope, not a chance in hell. 10 kilometre eggs are practically going to be unchanged. You're going to be hatching Carbink every 5 seconds. You'll also be finding Dratini and Beldum in there, and also Frigibax is sticking in those 10 kilometre eggs, plus a few more.
5 kilometre eggs from your mileage at the end of, kilometerage, I should say, at the end of each week. Yeah. The Adventure Sync 5 kilometre eggs. They will give you potentially encounters with Cleffa, Riolu, Tortuga, and Archon, all that could be shiny, and more.
But there is one I want out of the 10s, which is the Rockruff, which can be shiny. Goomy, Dino, and Bagon, they're in there.
As well. The eggs are amiss, but what isn't amiss is the seasonal bonuses. It was obviously theorized it sort of rotates every other season. Trainers level 31 and above will receive 1 guaranteed XL candy when trading Pokemon.
This, didn't you, actually?
Yes.
Last week.
It happens the summer season and then the winter season.
Yeah,
it is. There's also going to be an additional candy when trading Pokemon. Trainers level 31 and above will have a higher chance of receiving rare XL candy from in-person 5-star raids, which, take them with a pinch of salt.
Bear in mind, it's a higher chance. It doesn't mean you're guaranteed them, as people thought with the last raid day.
As Nick said on a recent video, it could be 0.1%
exactly,
higher.
But that
it's still technically higher.
Technically count as an increase.
So scrap that from the list. What's more important are the XP, increased XP for a 7-day Pokestop spin streak, and an increased XP and Stardust for a 7-day Pokemon catch streak, which is okay. I feel a bit sad taking this from the Ginge, but boys, the theme stickers for this season are fabulous. There's no other word for them.
Really good.
Bergmite sitting pretty there, and Delibird looking real good. Sfeel.
Delibird, Adam from Load Up will be getting so excited.
If I don't get one gift from Adam with a Delibird on it, I'll be disappointed this season.
Adam, if you're listening, we all want Delibird gifts.
and to wrap that first part of the news up, we're just going to remind you of the community days. December the 16th to the 17th, we have got the catch-up community day weekend, so that'll be fun. All the Pokemon for 23 coming back over that weekend.
Bingo boys.
Woo. Bingo boys, exactly.
The bingo boys.
The bingo. That sounds like a new band, doesn't it? Oh dear. January the 6th is earmarked as the first community day of the new year, so that'll be there, and it's got a little shiny emblem in the corner, which is encouraging. Community Day Classic on January the 20th has also been confirmed, and that again will be shiny eligible, which again is obviously encouraging. And then February the 4th is the February Community Day, which again can be shiny. So did we say, were they Saturdays? Let me just
I think 1 or 2 of them are Saturdays.
Yeah, so Jan the 6th is a Saturday and Feb the 4th is a Sunday. Okay, that's all right.
What about the 20th?
Saturday.
Hey, January is a Saturday.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It ain't bad at all.
Who knew he'd predict this?
Exactly. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark. Milo, the news we've been waiting for is just in.
Oh, do tell me.
You know as well as I do, we've got a fond spot for LA, and this year's Sinnoh Tour is going to be held in LA.
Oh, we're back on the West Coast, Vasa.
West Coast boys. It's the home of the Pokemon Go YouTubers Nick, Awesome Adam, Mystic 7, the cruise ship, your boy Billy.
There's a lot of them down there, isn't there? There's a lot of them in
seriously.
LA.
Well, Billy's just outside, but there's so many of them in that area, so this is going to be big. It's going to be held in Pasadena, California, at the Rose Bowl, which is a great-looking football stadium. But should we dive into it?
Definitely. Let's dive into all the information because this has been waited on for a long, long time.
It really has. So the article simply starts, train as your favorite Pokemon from the Sinnoh region of Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl are coming to Rose Bowl Stadium.
Woo!
Pokemon GO Tour Sinnoh Los Angeles arrives in California, February 2024. Don't miss your chance to play Pokemon Go alongside thousands of other trainers from around the world while catching, trading, battling your favorite Pokemon. Who knows which special Pokemon you may encounter during Pokemon Go Tour Sinnoh Los Angeles.
I'm sure we'll find out later in the article.
I am, because there's a couple of guys on that article that look strangely familiar.
I did see that, actually. Let's go further on. So the first thing that comes up is obviously the event ticket. Now, there is an early bird discount on the pricing until December the 31st. So it's discounted by $5. I assume that translates roughly in your local currency. So it's a nice little percentage.
It's about £1 for pound at the moment, so it's a good saving.
It's a good saving, and get that in before the New Year sweeps in. So it's obviously February the 17th and February the 18th of 2024.
Oh, it's like a birthday present for you, a late birthday present for you, an early birthday present for me.
It's sandwiched in between our birthdays, isn't it, actually?
It's the filling of our birthdays.
Yes. It's a sandwich. Sandwich of our birthdays. But the event time is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., obviously PST.
Nice 8-hour event, not too overwhelming.
I think that's all right. And given it's 2 days, I'm assuming we'll be able to go and buy add-ons like we had for Barcelona and other events this year, actually.
Don't
I'm already getting
wrong.
ahead with 2024.
2 days becomes 3. 2 becomes 3.
Oh, 2 becomes 3. Nice.
Yes, we'll get into that shortly. Okay, so there is some small print here. So the Pokemon Go Tour Los Angeles ticket includes 1 day of event gameplay, and attendees may purchase the add-ons, which we've just talked about, which does extend to city gameplay for an additional day.
Oh.
1 day tickets are $30, which we've talked about, but there is the early bird discounting. Tickets are non-refundable, but that's always the case with these events. But they also put that recently in the TOS for Pogo.
I remember that whole thing. It was a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
It was. And for the LA Go Tour, tickets are first come, first serve. So if you want to go, do not leave this till the last minute, because by them saying that and the fact that this is going to be held primarily at the Rose Bowl, I'm guessing numbers will be limited.
Yes, and bear in mind they won't be wanting to repeat what happened in Las Vegas in February of 2023 with, what was it? A bunch of extra trainers rocking up without tickets but trying to play.
Exactly, which is why I think they've got the city experience on there.
I agree. It's a good call for them to do that. They know the city experience works well with these live events.
It worked well in Seattle. It worked well in Vegas. We had city experience.
Only as a backup, but it worked very well for the Go Fests, London, Osaka, and New York.
Osaka, New York.
And Barcelona, Seoul. What was the other one?
Yeah, wow.
Mexico City. That was it.
We're just listing cities now.
There's all the events, but let's dive into the event gameplay, dude.
Let's do that. So, Team Go Rocket is on a mission and wants your help. When trouble arises for Team Go Rocket, will you answer the call? Oh my God, it's like Ghostbusters. Ticket holding trainers in LA can take part in an exclusive special research story available to claim during your ticketed session at Rose Bowl Stadium. Milo, you must remember to remind me. I need to finish this
I will be
time.
badgering you to make sure you don't miss that out. But this is quite reminiscent of what they did in Vegas. The Team Rocket leaders popped up in the research. Nice that that's coming back in. But new Masterwork research. We had it for Shiny Jirachi. This time round, it will be for Shiny Shaman. Looks like a very nice shiny, actually.
There will be, will we just get the one form or will we get both forms? I think we're just probably going to get the one form.
I think it might be the land form, to start with, because don't forget there will be
Not
global.
the sky form.
Not the sky form. That will probably be in the global one. That's the weekend after. But feeling grateful. Ticket holding trainers attending the in-person event in Los Angeles can gear up for Masterwork research leading to an encounter with Shiny Shaman. A ticket for Masterwork research, this is actually very reminiscent of what happened earlier this year. There'll be a ticket to purchase at a later time for the Masterwork research for global access to Shiny Shaman. That will have slightly different, harder quests probably compared to what we're going to get in LA.
It will, and the fact that they're doing the purchasable ticket for the global research leads me to think that we've not got there yet, but the global Sinnoh Tour is probably going to be a free event.
I would very much expect so. But we've had Ruby or Sapphire last year, gold and silver, red versus green. This time round, it is diamond versus pearl. Of course, diamond being for Dialga and pearl being for Palkia. Different medals. Which side are you going to choose? There'll be, as they had every single time for these tour events, there'll be ticket exclusive spawns, so they'll be sort of slightly spread around.
As it should be, and whichever one you go for, I suppose I'll go for the opposite. So we've can trade with each other, because select mons will probably be available for different tickets.
Yes, they will be slightly different spawns, or possibly slightly different research in some way. But I personally, I think I'm going to go for Diamond. I have a soft spot for Dialga.
You know what? I actually was thinking Diamond too, for the same reason. I mean, let's face it, Palkia is okay, but it's no Dialga. And speaking of Dialga, that will be in the 5-star raids, as will Palkia.
Nice.
During Go Tour.
Fantastic choices. In fact, it's a damn sight better than what's going to be lumped in the 1-star raids from what we can see. So it's the starters. It's Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. Frankly, I think you've got to have a hole in the head if you're going to raid those.
I definitely won't be doing that. But special Pokemon that will appear in the wild during Go Tour Los Angeles. And indeed, I was going as far to say probably for the global as well, but we'll get to global shortly. The habitats are going to be Entangled Ruins, Seaside Metropolis, Bubbling Mire, and Hot Mountain Spring.
Cool names.
Yep, the Entangled Ruins, we will be able to find Pikachu wearing Dawn's Hat, Tangela, Eevee, Misdreavus, Nosepass, Roselia, Duskull, Turtwig, Kricketot, Plant Cloak Burmy, Combi, Cherubi, Bronzor, and more. And because this is a tour event, everything has a potential of being shiny.
And it's also worth saying that everything at the LA event will have a bigger shiny boost as part of the ticket holder bonus. So, but in the Seaside Metropolis, you will be finding, again, Pikachu wearing Dawn's Hat, Magnemite, Porygon, Ralts, Piplup, Starly, Bidoof, Trash Cloak Burmy, Weasel, the double Shellos, East and
that
West
will be the
Sea.
chase.
Those are good
that
ones.
Will so be the chase.
A lot of people will be wanting those after Go Fest.
I didn't get a single one during Go Fest.
See? Redemption time, Vassar. Redemption in LA. And Drifloon, Glameow, and Finneon, plus some more. All of them can be shiny. Now, Ian, before we jump in, I'm going to have to doff my sort of trainer club hat at this point.
Oh my God, it's been a while since
I know it's been a
wore
long
that.
time, but I feel like we need to bring it back. A lot of people might be going, these aren't Sinnoh Pokemon. What on earth is going on here? Sinnoh has so many extra evolutions that came from Kanto and Johto and even Hoenn Pokemon.
That's true.
Magnemite gets Magnezone as a third stage evolution in Sinnoh. So that's why, probably reminiscent, do you remember Johto Tour? We had Gloom,
we
Seadra,
did the evolved forms, we did, yes.
Golbat. All of them, the mid-tier forms could be shiny, but this time round they're going, because there's probably so many of them, let's just whack the base form in there, which is absolutely fine by me.
Yeah, the shiny Finneon still is a chase for me.
Same.
Still don't have one to this
Same.
day. So moving into Bubbling Mire, well, Pikachu will be available wearing Lucas Hat, Apom, Yammer, Gligar, Shinx. Why Shinx? Cranidos, Shieldon, Sandy Cloak Burmy, the new shiny Stunky.
Yeah, we know Mark's excited
Giblet,
for that.
Hippopotas, Skorupi, yes, Michael Storenka, and Krogunk.
And the final biome, of course, the Hot Mountain Spring. We've got Pikachu wearing Lucas Hat, Lickitung, Rhyhorn, Magmar, Eevee, Togetic, my fave, Murkrow, Sneasel, I'm trying to, Swinub, Snorunt, Chimchar, rather tragically, Baneri, Snover, and a couple more. There is a little asterisk right at the bottom, of course, says outside the Rose Bowl Stadium, trainers playing throughout the city of Los Angeles during their ticketed hours event, including trainers with city-wide gameplay add-on, can encounter Pokemon from all habitats. So,
Which,
similar
as
to
we've learned from
GoFest.
previous events, that's the free-for-all. That is the great thing. Now, what would any live event be without Incensed
Our
encounters? And
spawns.
yes, they do include Unknown. Now, for this event, Unknown Hinons, which spells Sinnoh, will be available all as shiny forms.
I love how it says and more. I'm really hoping there'll be some other rarer, interesting spawns, but I need the S. The S is the only shiny unknown out of that bunch I need. What about you, Vasa?
Well, I actually don't need any of them as shinies.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe you'll be trying for the eggs?
Well, let's have a look at eggs. There's a couple of things in eggs. So the 2Ks, they are tragically bad, but there is the new shiny Chingling in there. Budju,
long last.
Bonsly, Mime Jr., Happiny, Munchlax, Riolu, and Mantike. So for me, I actually gave in and traded for a Mime Jr. recently. Just Chingling I need.
Same for me. Chingling is the only one. Actually, no, Mantike. Mantike I don't have. That's a very rare one. Diving into the 5-kilometer eggs, to be honest, the same shame you can't delete eggs, but it says literally 2 Pokemon. Stunky and Gibble and more. Stunky is a new shiny, but it's Stunky.
I'm glad I got to this bit because this is where the thing gets tasty. And I mean, seriously tasty. The 10Ks will have the regionals. Yes, you might say it's a con, but Pachirisu, Chatot, and Carnivine, all available as shiny.
Oh, they're all new shinies. Pachirisu is a beautiful shiny. The blue bits go pink.
Talking about eggs, there's a disclaimer. Take advantage of the half egg hatch distance bonus. So you can upgrade your ticket with the Enthusiast add-on, which has been a staple of all of these live events recently, which will unlock the quarter egg hatch distance. And these add-ons are available, well, through
the whole weekend.
The 18th, yeah. For the
3 days.
Buy it, from Friday to Sunday, you will get the quarter egg hatch distance. But I will put a disclaimer here. An Incensed podcast disclaimer. Yes, you will get the quarter egg hatch distance, but yes, you will spend hundreds of dollars on incubators.
And we had very differing experiences reflecting on Las Vegas, whereas I struggled.
You had good luck.
Oh, I struggled to get shinies. I hatched 1 shiny regional out of like north of 300 eggs.
I hatched 2.
Okay,
I hatched 2.
Actually, it turns out we both had bad luck, so we prove our own point with that one. But I probably will buy it. Still the same.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Exclusive in-person experiences. It says Sinnoh snapshots. Take a snapshot during the event. Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup wearing the costumes. Lucas and Dawn's hats may surprise you. They were actually around. There was a Sinnoh event in the end of 2021 because they were around when we were doing Shink's Com Day up your way.
They were, which was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Other photo opportunities, legendary photo opportunities. Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf will be in the wild during Sinnoh Adventure. Plus, if you take a snapshot of one of them in the wild, you can encounter another one.
Vasa, we've also got field research, of course. So, trainers with an event ticket will have a boosted chance of receiving field research featuring Pokemon originally discovered in the Sinnoh region. I don't know about you, but I'd be quite concerned if I'm receiving field research that doesn't have Sinnoh Pokemon in it.
Yeah, but you're a costume fan, so you probably will be chasing these shinies.
Perhaps there'll be Stunky and a few other Pokemon that are newer shinies. Maybe the regionals might be in research. We don't know.
Let's just hope, because if it is purely just a starters, that is just going to be something nobody needs in their life. Now, let's talk Spiritomb. First formed by uniting 108 spirits. Spiritomb, the forbidden Pokemon, is appearing in Los Angeles.
What kind of spirits?
Dare I say tequila?
Possibly tequila.
It's Mexican, I know, but California's not far from Mexico. Let's go with that. Spin 10 of the 108 special Pokestops. Yes, you heard it right. 108 special Pokestops will be scattered across Los Angeles County and Orange County for encounters with Spiritomb. This timed research will be available to all ticket-holding trainers beginning Friday the 16th, so kick off your weekend with some mischievous fun. Please note, the timed research expires. Yes, we've pretty much figured that out, and I don't understand, and hear me out, Milo. Why do people moan that timed research expires? Like, it's in the name of timed research. Do it or you lose it.
Yes, didn't you fall? Oh, no, you didn't fall in that category.
Not
you
timed.
just forgot to complete.
I just forgot to
special
complete the
research.
special.
Yes.
Tasks associated with time research must, I emphasize, must be completed, and their rewards must, I repeat, must be claimed before Sunday, February 18th at 8 p.m. PST. And I'm in the fortunate position. I already have the Shiny Spiritomb, but there are a lot of people that still need this one.
Now, there's a lot of event features and bonuses. So, exclusive in-game bonuses for ticket holders. This is quite a good thing. We've talked about the half egg distance hatching, but 6 special trades can be made during the day on your ticket, no matter where you are in LA. So, I guess you just got to make sure your ticket days line up like your actual main ticket day.
This is where it's fell down in the past, especially for the likes of us, where people will come up to us randomly and say they want to do a trade.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't
we
work
can't if it's not your ticket day, or if it's their ticket day and it's not yours.
If it's not geo fenced, then it may not be such a bad thing, but we'll have to see. However, there is half Stardust cost for trades, 9 daily free battle passes for raids, etc., from spinning gym stops.
Nice.
And obviously the increased shiny chance.
Which in itself is a formidable bonus.
Absolutely. Definitely a good draw.
We'll move into the next tab, which is event features. And as we talked about at the top of this section, sorry, Mark, Milo and I are just rambling here, but Pokemon GO Tour Sinnoh, that's going to be held in Los Angeles, will be held primarily at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. And this is a gorgeous looking stadium. I think it's primarily known for, is it college or high school football?
I got no idea, mate.
But yeah, Pasadena is where it's at.
I love that this is included in event features. So exclusive in-person experiences, make new friends, meet notable trainers, and head out on an adventure.
Not so notable trainers.
Well, yeah, definitely. That's sort of its own section, which is quite interesting. Photo opportunities, say cheese or
shredded cheese.
Shredded cheese. I was actually just about to do that. There'll be photo opportunities to commemorate your Pokemon Tour Sinnoh trip. So I guess there'll be Pikachu and Eevee dress up. And there's team lounges.
Yes, there will be an event exclusive t-shirt, which will have limited numbers. It's not been revealed yet. It's a coming soon. So keep your eyes out there. But you can pre-order the t-shirt if you want to buy it blind.
I will say probably a good call because the one for last year with Vegas had Kyogre and Groudon primals on it.
It was a nice
t-shirt. This one's going to have Dialga and Palkia on it, very likely.
25-ish bucks. It's not going to be a bad buy. And this is where it gets funky because there's a photograph here where it's talking about exploring Los Angeles of 4 people that look very familiar.
Oh, yes. It's for actually taken in New York, hysterically. It is Chris and Kyle from GoCast and Ian and myself
from the Incensed podcast.
So we're actually on the article,
which is great. We're actually in a article.
Indeed.
Sorry, Ken.
Sols Ken. So, Ian, there may be an early bird discount until December the 31st for 1 day's worth of LA Sinnoh Tour experience, but add-ons, mate.
Add-ons. It's all about add-ons now. You've got the base ticket price, but that's not what you're paying because nobody wants the basic ticket.
No, we want to add on the extra trim and add the air conditioning and everything.
Well, exactly. You don't just
the top of the range.
You don't just rent the basic car. You have the add-ons and get a better car. Now, the add-ons for this one is, as with all live events, Raid Lover. Milo's favorite add-on. $15 will get you up to 18 free raid passes by spinning photo distance gyms. That's on top of did we say 9 free ones?
9, yeah.
You're getting an additional 5k XP for completing raids, 6 additional candy for catching the Pokemon in the 5-star raids, and 3 additional XL awarded for catching Pokemon in the 5-star. So for $15, that is a pretty darn good bonus.
Dude, if you're chasing the Dialga and Palkia in the raids, go for it, because this is where it's going to differ from Hoenn Tour. Hoenn Tour had quite a few shinies in it that were not released. This one doesn't seem to have as many in the wild that are new.
Gen 4's been heavily releasing shinies for years.
There's quite a few that people may not have, like the double Shellos, Western's East Sea. But if you want to chase Dialga and Palkia Shundos, this will be a prime time to do that with the Raid Lover add-on for sure.
Indeed.
We mentioned this one earlier, didn't we? The Egg Enthusiast, which is also $15 or whatever it is going to equate to in your local currency. that will halve the egg distance again.
Well,
So bring
half
it
the
down
half,
to a
yes.
quarter egg distance for hatching. 3 times hatch XP, 3 times hatch candy, and 3 times hatch dust. And particularly if you want to boost those 10-kilometer eggs, an increased chance for 10-kilometer eggs to drop from spinning Pokestops or photo
That is where they get you. That's the bit where they get you. Nobody's bothered about all of those other bonuses. It's the increased chance of 10Ks that is going to make.
We could do the
people
word
pay.
to the wise on that. When we were in Vegas, I hatched probably north of 300 10-kilometer eggs and got 1 shiny regional from it. So you may get more 10-kilometer egg drops. You may not get more shinies.
I got quite a lot of 10K egg drops. Probably more than you, to be fair.
I think so.
But again, I think I only got 2. I think I hatched 3, but 2 of them were the same month. So I got 3 from probably about 250 to 300 eggs ish.
Yeah, so just take that with a pinch of salt.
So the big add-on, and if you were only going to be able to get one add-on for this event, this is the one I would recommend, which is the citywide gameplay add-on. It's $20.
Absolutely.
It will grant you so much. Firstly, you're not going to be confined to that small stadium. You'll be able to extend your Go Tour fun to enjoy the city of Los Angeles, or cities, the county of Los Angeles, and it will provide the following bonuses: wild encounters with event Pokemon, increased chance of encountering shinies, up to 6 special trades. Well, you already get that anyway, but that's daily. Half Stardust cost for trades. Again, you're going to get that on your game day ticket. This is for the whole thing. Half hatch distance, but if you've got the Egg Enthusiast, that's going to be down to a quarter. Up to 9 daily raid passes by spinning photo discs. Access to event field research tasks. Access to Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf photo safaris. Once you pick a badge, either Diamond or Pearl, that will remain throughout the whole event. So if you do the global as well, that choice will remain for you. Restrictions for the citywide gameplay add-ons will apply. Trainers will only receive the ticketed special research and masterwork research once. So please don't start going, because you're not. You're going to get it once. You're not going to get it again.
Yeah, one special research, but you can extend your gameplay by an extra day and adding on the city, which is, from experience, Barcelona City Safari doing a double day, fantastic.
And for $20, literally, that's like 3 cups of coffee for another game
Skip
day.
the Starbucks.
Yes.
Get the add-on. On the event page itself, there is a way to purchase the ticket, so you can click here or open the Pokemon Go app. They should be available now, and then when you select the ticket, you go through and add your add-ons, your trainer, in-game name, etc., and all of that, and it's fairly normal of buying an event ticket. But you can gift a ticket to a friend if you feel like giving someone a very expensive Christmas present of like $100 worth of gameplay tickets. You can tap add and send them a Sinnoh Tour LA ticket. Probably wise to make sure that they're turning up to the event.
Or if you do gift it them and they don't, at least they're going to get a badge.
Possibly, yeah, they'll get the badges. You do $100 for a diamond badge.
Well, people spend $100 on a lot less.
True fact.
So before we move on to global, you may be thinking, but Ian, Milo, Mark, you've missed out some glaring, obvious things that haven't been talked about. And we have. We've not talked about the missing Pokemon Arceus, Fione, and Manphy.
Manphy, yeah.
They won't miss these out of the event. I am positive they will be there, but they can't just give us everything up front.
No. Think back, dude, to how Vegas was announced. We were thinking, where's Kecleon? They haven't put Kecleon on the announcement.
But they hadn't figured that out,
Kecleon.
to be honest, at that point.
Well, yeah, I know, but then they dropped Kecleon in the game. We were like, oh, don't worry, Kecleon's coming to Hoenn. You're going to get all these Pokemon. They will be announced. It will just be scheduled over several weeks of event info drops.
Well, this is the thing. They want to build anticipation. If they just give us everything now, we'll be like, yay! And then
I am going to ruin some anticipation for you folks. There was a photo on the season page that got quickly changed and removed.
There was, I saw it.
For the origin forms from Hisui of Palkia and Dialga, which are kind of like their horse stallion form things, but they're from Hisui. They will probably be coming to Sinnoh Tour LA, possibly the global one as well. We don't know, but it was on a photograph for the season and quickly changed. Obviously, the internet once it's on there, it's never going away.
It's not. People screenshot everything. People save everything.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on. Pokemon GO Tour Sinnoh Global. This will run February the 24th and 25th, 2024, and the event will run 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. local time.
And there's a lot of similarities like there was for the Hoenn Tour. So Team Go Rocket is on a mission and wants your help. That is going to be part of the experience here, as is the Masterwork Research.
$1 bills, you have to buy the Masterwork Research, won't you? Now, there is slight differences in terms of the raids. So your 5-star raids will stay the same. Your 1-star raids will stay the same. You will, however, have, for global, 3-star raids.
Oh my God, sorry.
Please don't do them.
Jesus Christ. I love how it still has the thing at the bottom that says, if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one, but these 3 don't have shiny symbols on them.
No, they don't.
Yes, it's Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon.
Please don't do them.
I frankly would rather blowtorch my nipples off than raid these things, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, unless you need unique Pokemon raids, please don't do them. Now...
Just wait, the Sinnoh Tour finishes.
For the global, we will have different habitats. So we will have Bustling Boardwalk, Ancient Grove, Toxic Digs, and Geothermal Lagoon.
So first up, the Bustling Boardwalk is a weird name. You're going to find both the Pikachu with Dawn's and Lucas's hats, Magnemite, Porygon, Ralts, Piplup, Starly, Bidoof, Trash Cloak Burmy, Buizel, East and West Sea Shellos, Drifloon, Glameow, and Finneon are in this biome.
They are. Moving on to the Ancient Grove. Coops might say that's me, but here we go. Tangela, Eevee, Misdreavus, Nosepass, Roselia, Turtwig, Cricketot, Plant Cloak, Burmy, Combi, Cherubi, and Bronzor. I'll be honest, that looks like a fairly weak biome in my opinion.
It's got a lot of base Pokemon that then become Sinnoh Pokemon in that one, to be honest, yeah. Toxic Digs, we've got the 2 Pikachu back in it with Lucas's and Dawn's hats. Apom, Yanma, God, this is starting badly. Gligar, Duskull,
Doesn't get any better.
Shinx, Cranidos, Shieldon, Sandy Cloak, Burmy, Stunky, however.
Okay.
Gibble, Hippopotas, Skorupi, Crokunk, and a couple more.
And finally, the Geothermal Lagoon. This one was quite a limited pool. And you'll see why it's limited when I go through them. Lickitung, Rhyhorn, Magmar, Eevee. We already had Eevee in one of these, but there we go.
Can't escape it.
Togetic, Murkrow, Swinub, Snorant, Chimchar, Bunnery, and Snova. Avoid that biome, apart from Milo's Bay, apart from your Bay.
Exactly, the Togetic in there, but it might be tricky because these
if they're doing rotating hours, just go for a Starbucks during this hour.
This should correspond, if they do them in the order of the name, this will correspond nicely with the lunchtime. So yeah, go and get some lunch during this biome. However, Incensed spawns, they're going to be basically the same as the LA event. So it's unknown Hinno and S, spelling Sinnoh, and a couple more as it says.
Eggs look pretty much the same, so there's no point going over those again.
Yep, eggs are identical. The bonuses are basically the same, except the shiny boost has been taken off of it. So it's half egg distance, half trade cost, and 6 special trades each day. So 12 over the course of the weekend. And
let's talk about the removal of the shiny boost. Now, people are going to be disappointed by the fact that on the global, the shiny boost has been removed. But bear in mind, yes, I am starting to sound like I'm on Lord Up. This event is free.
Careful, Ken.
This event is free. So they're not going to give you
a free event.
Boosted shinies for this. But if you're playing it for, 8 hours, 10 hours?
10 hours per day.
Yeah. You're going to get shinies, but you're not going to get as many as the live event because people are paying $100 plus to go to that live event, plus travel.
Plus the expenses of flying, accommodation, and all that jazz. I will say, though, I remember a lot of feedback from the Global Hoenn Tour is that people said they would happily have paid a $10 ticket to have better shiny
If
odds.
there was a shiny boost add-on, I think they would sell.
Everybody would be buying it.
I nearly swore that. So I'll sell a lot of them.
A fungus load of... Those are all the global details that we've got. Again, they will probably roll out more information over the coming weeks and months.
Now, the big question is, Whitfield,
mm-hmm.
You think you're going?
Well, they've put me on the article, so it'd be rude not to.
We're kind of obligated, aren't we? We're right there. Yeah.
We have to DM Chris and Carl and see if they're going. We could recreate that photo in LA.
Oh, we could recreate it on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, that'd be good.
Vollenhauser, meet us there.
We vandalise it with an incense sticker. That'd be quality. Honestly, obviously, at this stage, we're still planning bits and pieces. If I can make it, I will 100% be going. It's the first live event of the year and kind of kicks off. Yeah, well, it ends this season of Timeless Travels, but it will complete Sinnoh. There'll be so much more that's going to be coming to LA and the global that hasn't been released yet. The Hisuian forms of things, I think, will very likely be in more aspects of gameplay.
Absolutely. Vegas was pretty big for last year.
Yeah.
One of the big feedback was it was in a very dusty park, and as I say, we got city gameplay as a backup when they had issues. This is Niantic responding to people's feedback, and I'm excited. LA is a great city, and I fully intend on being there.
Fantastic. What about you, Mark?
Let's see. I mean, I can't. I mean, it's so early in the year. I will meet up with you all the week after, or whatever you're going to do for Global.
For the Global. Yes.
Because Global's going to be everything that's over in LA, isn't it? It's just going to be here. I am open for doing something for that, and doing both days, sort of like a night away, maybe, whatever that looks like.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we could do something for live. Maybe not even in Ealing. Maybe we find somewhere else to do it.
Whoa, hang on, steady on.
Well, I think it's time that we dusted down the Game Lord. Where are you, Game Lord?
I'm here. But do you know what game I'm bringing to the table this week?
I hope it's one we haven't had for a long time. What's the Ducklet? That's the wrong jingle.
So what game were you expecting?
I was hoping for Name That Pokemon, to be honest.
I didn't have time to prep. Anyway, what the Ducklet? We've had a week off. This can technically be defined as a while.
Technically, yes, because it's a new month, actually, when this episode airs.
It is. It's December now, boys. It is December now.
What? The Ducklet.
You're welcome, Lachlan.
Okay. First to two. So it could be a quick game, or it could be a really long game.
We're doing quick fire, yeah?
Doing quick fire.
Okay.
I believe it was Hisui's swampy terrain that gave this Pokemon its burly physique and newfound capacity to manipulate peat at will.
Oh, Ursaluna. The peat bog Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm. So round two of...
What? The Ducklet.
One swing of the sword incorporated in its armor can fell an opponent.
Cleaver.
A simple...
Oh! Ian!
A simple glare from one of them quiets everybody.
What has a sword? Galarian Farfetch'd?
Ooh.
I don't know if it has a different Pokédex entry. It doesn't it?
One swing of the sword incorporated in its armor can fell an opponent. A simple glare from one of them quiets
Excalibur?
everybody.
Oh, no, it's not Excalibur. No, I know that... Oh, I know it's...
Bishop.
Oh, is it... It's not Duot, is it? Or is it Samurott? It's a family. Hey. It's that family. I was like...
It is. Hisuian Raid Day.
Swords? I thought they were like daggers.
Today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good luck, people.
Oh, yeah. Talio.
1-1. So we've got a decider. We've got a game, boys. We've got a Game Boy. We've got a Game, boys.
We've got a head-to-head.
Head-to-head. HTH.
H2H.
This Pokemon lives in extreme ocean depths that are otherwise uninhabited. It has long been believed that the yawning of this Pokemon creates spiraling ocean currents.
Hisuian Quillfish.
I'd have been victorious.
I'll give you a clue. It's a water type.
Oh, thank you, Ian.
I was going to go grass type.
Go on, Ian.
Chinchou?
Ooh.
Basculin?
This Pokemon lives at extreme ocean depths.
Corsola.
Otherwise uninhabited. It has long been believed that the yawning of this Pokemon creates spiraling ocean currents.
Wailord.
Oh.
Yawning.
Yeah. Oh, is it? It's not Manaphy, is it? The one we spoke about earlier. Oh, okay.
So the audience won't have heard this because we'll have cut all the trolling out that you gave me, but that's why I've not given you an easy one.
Oh, Ian,
bicycle.
Ian, it's not wishy-washy, is it?
If it'd been wishy-washy, that'd been jokes.
Oh, would have been jokes. Kingdra.
What?
It's Kingdra. Gen 1, the evolution of Seadra, which of course is the
Horsey.
evolution of Horsey. Pokédex number 230. Kingdra lives at extreme ocean depths that are otherwise uninhabited. Oh my god, I sound like Chris from GoCast.
You did
Actually,
there, Ian.
technically,
It's long been believed that the yawning of this
Kingdra is
Pokemon-
actually Johto, isn't it?
230, yeah, it'll be Johto.
Mine is like,
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I would never have guessed that one. So well done, Marky. Congrats.
GG's. So Mark is now the game lord again for next week.
For next week, fantastic.
And the Italian tripod said, Milo, if you watch the cartoon, you would know.
He hasn't actually put my name on that message.
Well, I was hosting, so it must have been.
You're
directed
lying,
at you.
liar.
liar. But that is the purpose of What the Ducklets, is to educate and make us look like morons.
It is. And we're now not going to look like morons because, Mark, is it time for the news part 2?
The news part 2.
Is the news.
Oh, there he is. Oh, it's good to hear his voice again.
It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. But we are going to talk about the December events in Pokemon Go, and it'd be remiss of me not to start with the spotlight hours that have been announced for December, because on December the 5th, we have got Phoebus Spotlight Hour.
Reversal's coming back for 1 hour.
That fish evaded him for so long.
Oh, that little fishy fish. Well, for Ian, it didn't exist either in Dortmund, did it?
It didn't. It didn't exist for a long time.
No German fish.
Well, the other spotlight hours that we've got for December, and anyone who's just tuning in who's never played one before, that is every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. The second one on December the 12th is Seal, and that has 2 times transfer candy. This is one I will be playing quite hard, actually, because on December the 19th, it's Snowrunt Spotlight Hour, and I do still need some shiny Snowrunts. So that is one with 2 times Evolving XP. And I think this will be the one that, well, this is Boxing Day. Anyway, I'm not going to say my bit. Boxing Day.
It's a Tuesday, not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Everyone has Boxing Day.
Everyone has a Boxing Day.
Well, every faith has Boxing Day.
Every person who's got family around has a Boxing Day here when they're disagreeing with each other.
I think Boxing Day is only a Christian thing.
That's perfect. Do your Boxing Day and then go out and play Spotlight on your own.
Exactly. And it's the one that everyone's quite excited for, I can imagine, because Vanillite will be shiny for it. And we also get 2 times Catch Stardust, which is a double bubble. New shiny.
Beautiful.
And
Now, part of this thinking,
Stardust.
that was a rumoured community day. Would they put a Spotlight Hour that close to a community day if the rumoured dates are true?
No, and it's not on the info we have, but it's on info somewhere else. Vanillite is released as a shiny for the sake of the season. It's like winter season, Christmas, December, here is shiny Vanillite dropping on the 1st. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw from Pokemon Go.
It does have the shiny logo,
Yeah.
the little sparkles next to it. So, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we'll get into some more info with your events later, because that might lead into what could be a com day in the later months of this season. But we've got to jump into the raids, boys, because it's looking real good. So starting off, on the weekends, it will be the return of Shadow Shiny Zapdos in those Shadow Tier 5s. Obviously, weekends only during the month.
Have you read?
It says during October.
I was going to say, it's, but we can't blame Niantic for this. This is a Go Hub.
No, this is Go Hub.
Article
It
that
will
we're
be
reading.
for December. That is confirmed. Swiftly moving on. So we've got 4 Tier 5 raid bosses coming in and 4 different megas. So starting off, December the 1st to the 9th is the return of Reshiram.
Reshi.
December the 9th to the 16th is the return of Zekrom.
Zeki.
December the 16th to the 23rd is the return of Curem.
Curie.
It doesn't quite work.
No.
And this might work, actually. December the 23rd to January the 1st is the return of Regigigas.
Reggie.
Giggy.
Reggie.
Giggy. Reggie.
And alongside of them, the dates are exactly the same. So December the 1st to the 9th will be the return of Mega Scizor.
Sizzy.
The 9th to the 16th of December will be Mega Altaria.
Alti.
Hey.
The 16th to the 23rd will be a Bomber Snow Mega.
Bommy.
And finally, December the 23rd to the 1st of January is Mega Glalie.
Glalie.
Glalie. That works very nicely. The corresponding raid hours for each of the Tier 5 bosses are as follows. December the 6th will be Reshiram. Sorry, I need to correct it. It will be Reshi. December the 13th will be Zeki. December the 20th will be Curie. And December the 27th will be Reggie Gigi.
Reggie
Gigi. I'm very happy with that selection of raid bosses, to be honest.
Out of the 5 stars, 3 out of the 4 are decent mons. I mean, yeah, Reggie Gigas. Does anybody really even like it?
It's
Mega raids
pop off
are inoffensive.
Reggie and Zeki.
But yeah, Reggie, Zeki, and Curie, I'm down for that. I'll be spending some coin on passes for those.
What about Glalie?
Glalie now.
Nah.
That's not all that we can look forward to in December. We have pretty much a full calendar of events for the month. So right now, if you're in the UK, shortly if you're in the States, and yesterday if you're in Australia, Hisuian Samurott Raid Day happened, or is happening, 2 till 5 p.m. So from December the 5th to December the 8th, along the routes, I think it's safe to say that's going to be a route-based event, or a route-based event.
According to Nick and Zoe.
And December the 9th, it's a long one, boys, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. we have
Just
the
for the
Catch Mastery
Just for the
Ice
9th.
event. Adamant Time is running December the 11th to the 15th. The events that we all look forward to. The Winter Holiday Part 1 runs from the 18th of December through to Christmas Day if you celebrate this holiday, or December the 25th for the rest of you. Rydeer Raid Day, yet we're going to get a new mon.
Weirdeer.
We're the Bristolian. The Bristolian.
I'm trying to channel my inner Gerald.
I like that, Ian.
So the Bristolian Raid Day is going to be December 23rd, between 2 and 5 p.m, standard raid day. And I know it's 2 days before Christmas, but Saturday Raid Day, I'm down for that.
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yes,
definitely.
please.
Definitely.
Winter Wonderland is running the 23rd, so concurrently with the Raid Day into the 24th, Christmas Eve if you celebrate the holiday. And Winter Holiday Part 2 runs from December the 25th through to New Year's Eve in the Western world. Obviously, Chinese New Year is different, but Winter Holiday Part 2, yes, 25th to the 31st of December. A lot to go out there, and the route event doesn't really capture my attention. The holiday events are generally pretty good, and the other two look fairly vague.
Two raid days in the month.
2 raid days, that is
and
big.
if I may
You
kind
may
of take okay.
No, go on.
There was a nice little video trailer that showed the other 2 Hisuian starters, which were
they're actually
Hisuian
on.
Decidueye.
They're actually on
and
the
Typhlosion.
the graphic for the whole season.
Exactly. And if we we got Samurott today for the listeners on this Sunday, and it's like, okay.
We're 3 months in the season,
So
you think we'll
let's
get one
have
a
a
month?
think. I'm thinking we might get Decidueye in January, and given how they decided to lay out the starters for this year's Community Days, doesn't that not lead to potentially Rowlet Community Day, January? That will correspond with a Decidueye Hisuian Raid Day. And then I'm going to throw even more speculation out there. Hisuian Typhlosion Raid Day for February, but the Com Day Classic is at the end of January. Could we see Cyndaquil Com Day Classic for that one to correspond?
It would make sense, but are you crediting Niantic with that sort of foresight?
I'm crediting them with using logic, which is not what they always do. So that is just speculation on my side, but it's always fun to do that.
Well, it's one thing we've done well for nearly 3 years is speculate, and between the 4 of us, have got a lot of stuff right.
Something else they put in the video that isn't on the infographic or the season info is Shadow Ho-Oh was on the video, which, like how they did Shadow Lugia, they'll probably do a raid weekend at some point in the season. It may not be December. Probably it won't be December because it's already chock full. So expect Shadow Ho-Oh raid weekend in January or possibly February. The route thing is a bit like meh. I just hope there's some interesting spawns because that's 4 days. But I'm interested in the Catch Mastery Ice thing. I know it's like 10-hour event, but a 1-day thing focusing on ice Pokemon. What could they do with that? Adamant Time could be interesting given it's a timeless travel season. What are they going to do with that? And as you said, the Winter Wonderland and Christmas focused events are always really good. And bring on raid days. Weirdeer with its shiny.
Raid days need to be
Samurott,
more of a
obviously, with its
staple
shiny.
like they used to be.
Yeah,
They're
bring
too
them
few and
back.
far between these days.
Bring more of them back for sure. So, Marky, thoughts on December events? Are you going to be raiding Mega Altaria, constantly. I don't know.
Well, we know Mark likes Swablu, so maybe he will.
Possibly. Yeah. I'm not against it. I mean, I think there's a bit in there for everybody. I say that most months with it. For me, the raid bosses are great.
100%.
I absolutely love that. I remember when the shinies were dropped last Christmas, wasn't it? It was last December when we had these out as shinies. Was it November, December time?
It was December leading into January. We had them with their Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt moves, I think.
That was it. Oh, I'm just so happy with it, really. And like I said, raid days, you need raid days. And Saturday raid days are even better. I'm just looking forward to it. Like, it's hard to take every box for everybody, but I think they've done a good effort on that one. So yeah, excited for that.
Fabulous.
Back part of the month, I'm in agreement. Start of the month, the raid day is just going to be pretty much it.
And Reshiram.
So that is the news well and truly wrapped up. We like a two-part news event. That's always good. Unfortunately, this week, boys, it's been out quite a while over the last couple of weeks. My poll is taking a break tonight.
I think it was deserved after the shenanigans Coops did with it 2 weeks ago.
I think so as well, mate. I think so as well. It's been used quite a bit.
Well,
so
5 in 1 week 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
It was, mate. It was. It's taking a very, very well-deserved
Rest in
break.
peace.
But it will be back next week. Do not fear. The poll will return. So on that disappointment, I'm sure for everybody listening, we're going to go straight into everyone's favourite section of the show, and that is Shinies of the Week.
Shinies of the week.
So this Shinies of the Week is actually coming from last week's Spotlight Hour. It's Life Lang Leo, LA Leo, and it says, at Incensed Podcast, I can't believe I got a back-to-back on this Spotlight Hour. I am ready for the Dunsparce. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. And they got back-to-back Shinies of Dunsparce on the Spotlight Hour, both at 6:29 p.m. their local time, which is kind of mad. So congrats on that.
GG's.
back to back on a Spotlight Hour. Full odds, that's jokes.
It's been a while since James RCOP23 posted a Shinies of the Week, but here are 2 that he's posted at, literally just a few minutes ago as we recorded. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. 2 decent catches over the last 2 weeks. Sorry I'm late to the upload, but keep it up, boys.
Fortunately, we're late as well.
Yeah. Shiny Goth Eater and the non-shiny Hundo Northern Whooper.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, GG's James.
And I've got one here from Reviews from the Tub on X. At Incensed Podcast, what a week! I caught myself a shiny Japanese flag and a regular Alolan Japanese flag. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Hashtag Fun with Flags. And you've got an image there of a Japanese flag with the yellow circle in the middle, and then the Alolan variant has got the red triangle.
Fantastic.
I think that's a reference to Coops' confusion with the Japanese flags on last week's pub quiz.
Which
so,
we left
very
that
good reviews
confusion
at the
in,
top.
despite him begging us to take it out.
Yeah, we did. Of
course.
Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Well, that is it. We've finished this one. 147 is in the can, as Ian would say. And hopefully you have enjoyed listening to the podcast. If you haven't done so already, please consider following us and hitting that subscribe button on the platforms you listen to us on, be it Apple, Google, Spotify, and many more. We are trying to get to 300 5-star reviews or reviews on Spotify. We're currently at 290. So if Coops was here, he would probably say that's 30 away from hitting 300. No, it's only 10 away from hitting 300.
And
so that
Spotify
is good
will
stuff.
be doing the year review soon as well for people's...
Spotify Wrapped.
Apple have started theirs this week. Well, not for
Have
podcasts,
they,
but
Ian?
for music.
What's it called on
Your
Apple?
Apple Replay. 2023
Replay. That was what they went with.
Cool.
Anyway.
If you can, please leave us a 5-star review as well. It'd be good if you do it on Apple, actually, because we like to read out the reviews if we get any good ones on there. Please also follow us on our social media platforms. That is X, Instagram, and all the other ones that we've mentioned before. At Incensed Podcast to keep updated with all the latest stuff. And also use our lovely world-famous hashtag Shinies of the Week if you want to be featured in the Shinies of the Week section. We will find you on any of those platforms.
We will find you.
So please use that one.
We'll find
We'd also
you.
like to thank our amazing Patreon members. We do say it every week because we mean it. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to produce the podcast and present this fun hour or so that we spend with you every week. We really do enjoy doing this, but that does make such a difference to it. We love our Patreon members. We do, as we say, we are very grateful. Without the support of our Gold Patreon members, who are the bedrock of everything that we do like to read out our Gold member Patreon members. I could say Gold members there, Ian. Gold members. We'd like to thank the following Patreon Gold members. That's Hermes Ninja, JB, Clifford Mert, Darby Russ, Kerry and Zachary, Connor Lee, Apex 171, Mufti, Barside 2, JLH 1919, Highbone, and Maz, aka Osmo Lionheart. Thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you for tuning to listen. Have a great week, everybody, and we will be seeing you next
before
week.
We go. Great news.
What?
Don't forget, Tuesday, December the 5th, as Mark mentioned earlier, between 6 and 7 p.m, Phoebus will be the Spotlight Hour Mon with 2 times catch candy.
Bad news.
Bad news. Splashy news. And on that watery bombshell, we will see you all next week.
I choose you!